say. So, like, I think it was Shariputra, who asked more or less the same questions to the Brahman in the form realm, who's the conqueror and the protector of the whole universe, of all the tangible universe, and supposed to know everything about the world, supposed to know everything that happens in life, because Brahman has seen the world forming, living, changing again, and even dissolving. He has seen all of it. And so, therefore, the Brahman is known to be the most wisest of deities. So, Shariputra went all the way to Brahman and asked him, like, so, the same questions, Is there a self? Is there an end to this? And then, was there a beginning, or was there an end, and all of that? He couldn't answer. Because he couldn't answer because the mind frame was structured in a way, structured in such a way that within that frame there isn't, there are series of movements or series of movements that can take place, but not beyond that, because of that frame. The mind is somehow restricted within that frame to know, to see anything more. So you cannot. So just like that, our idea of self is the idea of self. The word self, or da, itself is already a very powerful word, I believe. This I'm sure you can ask Sambadorji. It's a very interesting term that somehow describes that is somehow it wasn't just a random name or random term that has been just used to describe self, but really thought carefully and put it there. And now it exists in our languages. So what we have to do is break away from this idea. That is it. Break away from this idea of self. So that's what I'm saying, like tomorrow or next month, next year, the coming years and so on, they're all very much a possibility, but as of now, comparing to now, they're nothing but ideas. They don't exist at all, and not even, let's say, not even the tiniest spectrum of that reality is not here. It doesn't exist. Completely fabricated. Just like that, all the past, everything that has happened in the past is all nothing but false, fabrication. It didn't exist. So then we have both the understanding of that. Then the present is slowly eaten by the becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. The idea of present now, becomes smaller. At first we thought now it's like we have the whole day, But now it's becoming shorter and shorter and shorter, because we know that past doesn't exist, future doesn't exist, so therefore it becomes really short, to the extent that actually there's no present. Of course, that's scary, in some ways, yes. Then we might wonder, like, if that's the case, then what is the meaning of Buddha's and Bodhisattvas' activity in the past? What did they do? If they are all not real, if what they achieve is not real, then what are we doing? Yes? All these kind of thoughts can arise. No, but again, we have to change the perspective. I think that's all it takes. And that is that to see that if we are free of the self, just like finally we've been freed of this idea of time, yeah? Past, present, and future. Finally, we don't have to depend on time. The time will depend on us. Yeah. I can then, or we can then set timetables, yes? Not the time. Time itself sets schedules, but we can do it the other way around. Yeah. Now that's the freedom. For Buddha and Bodhisattva, for Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, since they are completely free of that idea of self, they conquer time. Yeah. The idea of time. Yeah. So that's why. That's why we have to understand that be it the smallest thing, smallest phenomena that can occur, or the biggest phenomena that one can experience, all of them, they simply are not permanent in any way because they don't have that self, that tangible, permanent self. Just like time. Yeah, time is a very good example, I think. Yeah. So, if we can put these precious knowledge that Buddha has imparted through his own realization, he had no teachers, yeah? He had to learn all of this by heart, by himself. It was the most difficult task ever. We have great luxury because we can depend on each other and then share, what do you think? I think it's this, But Buddha didn't have that, or Prince Siddhartha didn't have that. He had to just learn everything by himself. And so therefore we are very much fortunate. So you have a wonderful company alongside you, wherever you go. So these are moments to really to talk and to learn and to share on these important matters. Yeah.